All right, so now that let's circle back to the Batman now because it did have a great, great, great opening weekend. And whenever a film has great success, right away we start finding out about other projects related to it, right? In the old days, it used to be now we're waiting to hear about a sequel. But now in this world of offshoots and streaming services, the offshoots get a little more interesting than just here's Batman 2. So, Brett, what projects have been greenlit this week in light of the success of the Batman?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, we kind of knew these were kind of in development, but
Mhm.
yeah, with the success, we got the full okay. So we actually got on lock that the Penguin series is a go. Colin Farrell is will be back as the Penguin. He's also executive producing. So we will be getting that, and it's going to be about his rise to power in Gotham, which is interesting though, because I'm curious if that's a prequel to see how he kind of got to where he was in the movie, or it's going
Mhm.
to pick up where he left off in the movie and kind of
Yeah.
set him up for where he's going to be in the sequel.
Mhm.
I'm kind of curious about that. That's going to be really cool. I loved Colin Farrell's like choices and performance there.
Yep.
So and he seems really excited to really, because he's really not in the Batman that much. He's in like a few
No.
scenes. So I'm
Mhm.
really excited to see him get to like choose some scenery for a more long form show.
Yeah.
That's really exciting. The other project is Matt Reeves had been long talking about a GCPD project that was going to focus on the corruption in Gotham and a corrupt cop and kind of be street level there. But it seems that from what I read, the studio was way more interested in him doing something with Arkham Asylum. So that show is kind of evolved into more of an Arkham
Asylum?
Asylum and horror vibe is
Yeah.
kind of what they're going for. So now we're gonna get this like basically like House of Horrors that is Arkham Asylum.
Yep.
And that just opens up a lot of. I mean, I think like you could have probably did this with the GCPD idea too, and it's probably I'm sure it was an element of it, but now it
Yeah.
looks like it's going to be heavily featured. And even just like the little glimpse we saw of it in the Batman, and getting to even see, Paul Dano and
Yeah.
the mysterious Arkham inmate. No spoilers if you didn't watch last week's
It's a little
episode.
too late, buddy. Yeah.
It's a little late, but seeing that, I'm
Yeah.
curious if like, maybe we'll get a return of Paul Dano, maybe making an appearance. Maybe they probably won't reveal, the secret guy, in the show. They'll probably save him for a film if they're going to go that
Yeah.
route. But yeah, this is, almost what I was hoping for, and we got a little bit of in the Batman, but I was hoping for like just a long walk down a hallway in Arkham with like all of the villains kind of barking at
Yep.
him through the or so we could potentially get that now. So I'm very excited. That
Yeah.
actually excites me a bit more than just a GCPD show, because in a way, even though very campy and I personally did not like it, but that the Gotham show that was on Fox was kind of that a GCPD show, just
Yep.
kind of weird.
Yep.
So yeah, this seems more up my alley and like a
Yeah.
cooler vibe, and has like more of its own identity.
Mhm.
And in line with I think Reeves' vision, and it's kind of tied to this universe, which I am all in on. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, you just brought up that Gotham series that used to be on Fox. And to me, like when they announced this Reeves Gotham PD show for HBO Max, my reaction to it was very muted. I'm like, we just kind of did a Gotham thing. Gotham was all about Jim Gordon's rise through the ranks on his way to becoming, Commissioner Gordon. And meanwhile, we know that the Gordon that we just met in the Batman is, he's not the commissioner yet. So he's still sort of on that same track. So if we're going to follow Gotham PD and this Jim Gordon, we're really treading very, very similar territory. So I was pretty much, my interest was at zero. Now, having that shift into an Arkham show with
yeah,
a horror bent to it, now you've got my attention. Now
I'm just
that is
hoping
a
we keep
spinoff.
Jeffrey Wright, because
Yes.
that was the only thing I was
Hmm.
interested in at the
Yes.
GCPD show was like, oh, Jeffrey
Hmm.
Wright. I will watch him pretty much do anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love him.
I
So
agree.
but yeah, I mean, I hope he's a part of this still, because it sounded like he was going to be a part of the GCPD series.
Hmm.
I hope he is still a part of this Arkham Asylum series. Now, I hope some of like the plans they had for that are carried over into this, but with this new tilt to it.
Yeah.